everyone, Sly Cooper L77 here, and I am here because why else? Sly Cooper news. And well, first things first, I want to give a shout out to whoever who actually got the news started up, which is the Sly Cooper 4 Thieves in Time Facebook page. Will be a link in the description. Thanks to those guys because first of all, they got the magazine, and well, they actually show the pictures, so I have to give a shout out to them and give them credit where credit is due. Hopefully I can get the magazine. It's the PlayStation magazine, official magazine. You can probably get it at your local Walmart or Target. I'm not plugging them, but why not? And now here's the picture of the cover. Boom! Oh my goodness, Sly is looking so fly, like a white guy. Those are lyrics, and I'm not being racist, so don't come at me, alright? So, well, we got the cover, and you see, oh, it's Sly. Okay, that's pretty cool, but what's that in the background? Isn't that... No! It is! It is... you get to see a little bit of what medieval Europe could look like in the level. Some concept art. You know, we got to see a little castle area. We get to see a Big Ben sort of looking thing. We're not sure. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But it looks like a clock. It looks interesting. Sly's looking really good. You can see his boots, not flat tops anymore, which I think is more realistic when you think about it. But you see the fur detailed. You see everything just beautifully patched up. So that's the cover. And now let's get to the first page. Now you guys can read this if you want, but I'm gonna pretty much give you the gist of what it says. And but yeah, we could kind of look at it. I'll give you the link to the website that gave me the pictures. The Sly Cooper 4 Thieves in Time. Also, in the description, I forgot to mention this. There's a Glenn Egan interview. You can check that out too. It doesn't really give away much, but you know, he talks. And it's just interesting to hear the developer talk more. So why not get some more information? But pretty much, the first page you see Murray peeking his head around, staring at you like, yeah, you read that magazine. You read that. It's pretty creepy, but also funny at the same time. You can see like the whole carnival, not carnival. I did this the other time I recorded. In the circus scene, you see, and you get to see like the whole setup again, pretty much the whole overhaul, and you see Sly just staring at it with his nice, cool archer suit. And pretty much what the article pretty much talks about is that Sanzaro and the person that's getting interviewed is Matt Kramer, one of the lead developers and really big in when it comes to making Sly Cooper 4. He pretty much says that everyone at Sanzaro is big fans of the game, and they want to make it. They want to make this game because they want a new Sly game. They want to play another Sly Cooper game. They want to continue the franchise, and since, well, Sucker Punch isn't going to do it, why not they do it and enjoy another experience of Sly Cooper? So not only they're not just making a game to make a game. They want it to succeed. They want us to like it, and they want themselves to like it. All right. So that's pretty much the first page. Second page we got. You see a little bit more of Ryoichi on the chilling out on the sushi bar. We get to see him with his twin Cooper Canes. Now, someone did mention this in the comments, and I forgot. And I really don't make like quick update videos. I kind of respond to them most of the time, but like for the most of you that didn't see it, well, they split into two when they're using an attack. So you can pretty much they're used for an attack. So it's not all the time that they're like that, but it's only for an attack. But for the second page, what the article talks about is that they say that Matt Kramer says that if old fans of the Sly Cooper games don't like it, then they say that they failed. They didn't achieve the goal that they wanted to achieve, and they didn't make the game that they wanted to make. And that's what makes me think that they're going to make the best Super Cooper game they can make. And they also, like, every time they think that doesn't seem like a Sly Cooper like attitude, doesn't seem like it would be in a Sly Cooper game, they cut it out. And they also went through every single mechanic of all the old games, and they picked apart what they liked and what they didn't like, and they used it. They used everything about it. All right, they picked out what they liked and what they didn't like, and they threw out everything they didn't like, and they kept what was good, and they enhanced it, and they brought it up to speed of what new it should be. So let's go to the next page. We see Sly Cooper jumping on the good old night dreamy trampolines. They look pretty cool, you know, interesting. And pretty much It doesn't talk a lot of new stuff. The gist what I got from it is that they say that in the original Sly games, Sly 2 and 3 rather, because Sly 1 you all play Sly, except for the driving and the hacking. But mostly in Sly 2 and 3, you played as Sly about 70 to 75% of the time. But in the new game, that 70% that they say is broken up between Sly and Sly's ancestors. So you're going to play a lot as Sly and his ancestors, which is pretty good, because we've been hearing about them so much, and now we get to play as them. So it's really interesting that we get to see that. I'm really happy that we get to see him a lot, unlike the Panda King or like Dimitri in Sly 3, where we play him as twice. I mean, come on. I want to play as him at least like 4 or 5 times, you know? But back to some other stuff. Well, that's pretty much it for the third page. So let's go to the fourth one. Here we see Carmelita poking her nice pretty head out, staring at you, nice and all pretty like. And we see Ryoichi running across this little rail walking, that little platform thing. And I got another comment about that, like, hey, wait a second. Tennessee Kid Cooper invented the rail walk. How can Ryoichi do it when he's centuries behind? Well, and my friend Bradley, he was on the show before. He has a source, and I don't know if I can really go into much detail about that, but he talked about like how it would be difficult to have them have the answers in the world if they didn't have some essential skills like the rail walk, for instance. But they can pretty much all like do some stuff similar. And I know you're like, well, in the first game, we didn't have to do the ninja jump to level 2, ninja spire jump to level 2. Well, yeah, but they also didn't have like a really open world, and they can't just have Sly being able to do all these things. But then, like when the Tennessee Kid Cooper does it, he can't do it because he won't get to some areas that he needs to get to. So they can't really. That's what they have to do about it. And the fourth page, this talks about in the top right corner if you want to look at it. It pretty much says that there's going to be hacking. Bentley's hacking is going to be back. And also there's going to be driving vehicles, which is going to be pretty interesting because I want to see if they do go in the future, which probably not, but if they do, for instance, they can probably drive some floating like cars, you know, flying cars. It'd be awesome. Or you can go back and ride in carriages, all that cool stuff. And I want to see how this plays out. So I think it'd be very interesting to see some of these mechanics in different time periods. Also, they say that the controls are going to be pretty similar with some added new things in it. So that's always good. You know, keep some stuff similar, but you also want wrapped it all together and pretty much similar to the original Sly games. Down to page 5, you can see Dimitri looking all cool and slick with his nice Elvis-looking hair and just staring at you like, oh, I'm so sexy. You know, like, you better stare at me. But, you know, we're also reading at other things, such as seeing Sly, you know, just right down the good old rail slide down by the dragon spinny tube thingy with the fire and the circus level. And also in the bottom we see Ryoichi doing a nice ninja spire pose on a fishtail, which is always cool, you know. And pretty much, you know, and the one point I have is those bastards at PlayStation, they get all the good stuff. They got to see an open world hub, like the open world around it, and they got to play around with it for a little bit. You know what? That's not fair. We didn't see anything about that yet. You know, but the bastards at PlayStation do, which I don't think is fair. But it's probably this Japanese level that we saw at PAX Prime, where we got to see him go get the samurai armor, which is probably what they saw, just guessing wise. And they also say that the checkpoints are very generous once again. You know, like if you fall, if you touch, like if you were jumping, like say on the Guru level, when in the Slide 3 where he's on your back and you're Sly and you're jumping to the walk across the heavens level. Yeah, if you like touch like maybe one of the carriages and then you like walk off by accident, you're on that carriage again. So it's gonna be pretty generous as usual, which I think is good because Sly is usually towards a younger audience, but you know we're young at heart, right? But you know they're gonna have to have trouble with it. So give him generosity when it comes to stuff like that. So I think that's good. Now let's go to the page. If you know they have this magazine or if you've seen it that you've all been waiting for, kabam! Yeah, that's right. First of all, we can see Sir Galeth at the bottom, and I know no one cares about him because, oh, we get to see Carmelita and Dimitri. Oh, screw Sir Galeth. But look at Sir Galeth. He looks pretty awesome. He's got a sword, maybe a special attack, and he's got his nice feather whip at the top. Pretty cool looking. You can see that concept art of Ryoichi again, with that essence coming off him. I really want to know. That's pretty cool looking. And right at the top, we get to see the gang all together, and I'll give you a better shot of that in a second. But let's talk about like what the article says. And they asked about like they have different questions, and they're pretty interesting questions because it almost is like Sanzaro told him something that we don't know yet. Because they asked like some questions like what villains may return, and how is Sly and Inspector Fox gonna work together? You know, which is questions we're all having. I mean, especially when it comes to Clockwork, and it comes to is Sly like with Carmelita and they join the Cooper Gang, or she'll chase him through time, which I find very irrational and illogical. I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll see again. And you're like, oh, no, close enough of pictures. Oh, bam! There we go. You get to see everyone in their good glory. See Sly with his nice pose. Whew. Carmelita looking smoking hot with her nice shorts. And I know a lot of people have been complaining. I know one of my friends on the Second Place podcast page was like, she looks like a whore, which I thought was pretty funny. But that raises a lot of questions, too. And I know I'm probably going too detailed in this, but what cop wears shorts? Is she on the Cooper side, or is she just making a fashion statement? We'll see. You see Murray chilling with his nice one tooth popped out. You see Bentley with his new arms. I wonder if that's a throw attack. Like Murray and him get to like pick up enemies, but Sly doesn't. Like, the hell, man. And then Dimitri, he's got his nice pimp cane. You know, he's got to keep his hose in line. Maybe it's a nice charge attack. I don't know. We'll see. But that's all I got from me. Don't forget to check out the Second Place podcast. Oh, when I start up the Sorta Kinda Funny show with my friend Bradley, I'll leave that in the description. I hope you guys like it. If you like this, you should like the Sorta Kinda Funny show. Second Place podcast, once again, check those guys out. They are hilarious. Also check out the Sly Cooper /Thieves in Time page, Facebook page. I'll leave it in the description. They always get news fast and quick, other than some other like little sites. And the Glenn Egan interview will also be in the description. So I hope you guys check all those out. This is Matt saying, in Sly we trust, and okay, bye.